Bonjour, bonsoir, buenos dias, buenas noches. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. So today we're talking about the episode of Catfish, the latest one. So we have Ladaris and Julie. So Ladaris, he's 36 years old and he's a retired vet and he is in Texas. And Julie, who he's been talking to for 3 years, she's 32 and she's from Michigan. So for some reason, like they said, like Neve and Cammie had mentioned, it just seems to be like the catfish state for some reason. And I think Cammie was like, because there's a lot of water around or something like that, like just making jokes. He spoke a little bit about the fact that he liked that he spoke before. I'm going to get into the part about her. As far as him, he was in the Army and he spoke about the fact that he has PTSD. He spoke about how he's so angry. And I felt like just that little bit that he gave, it allowed us to kind of see a little bit about, what people tend to go through that they don't really speak about. So I like the fact that he was so vulnerable and actually shared that information with the people that were watching, which is us, So that was one thing that he liked about Julie, was that she was actually an Army vet as well, so she was able to relate to him. And they're both people that have children, so that was another thing they were able to relate to. Julie, she supposedly has a twin, and her twin, she kind of like told him, like almost cursed him out in a sense, and told him, don't go on Catfish, that's gonna mess up everything. And yeah, she was like, you don't need to do this BS. And I'm like, dang, okay, twin, if there really is a twin. But it was weird the way she was talking. So Neve and Cammie, they do their research and stuff, and they find a picture attached to a girl named Nadia. So it was like, I wonder if this has anything to do with anything. But it didn't really catch, like it wasn't really nothing. So they tell him everything that they did learn, which it wasn't a super amount of stuff that they learned, but they did find a picture of Jessica. So they're like, maybe it could actually be her, or it could be like maybe her sister's pretending to be her, because they did find a picture of somebody named Jessica. Jessica was somebody that looks like she's in a relationship and she has 4 kids. So they're like, this could be her, but she's pretending to be her sister because obviously her sister has less kids and, she won't get in trouble if she's in a relationship. So they were like, we don't know what's going on. When they do speak to her, she says that she was stressed and this was adding more stress to her table, and she pretty much didn't really want to do this situation. She didn't want to come on the show or anything like that. So she wouldn't tell them if she was actually Julie or she was Jessica, because the way she was talking in the message, it kind of sounded like a third person. So it was confusing. Like sometimes it was in first person, sometimes it was in third person. So it's like, who are you? Which one are you? So yeah, that was a little weird. And then she was saying that she needs to get somebody to watch her kids, and she did agree to meet up with them, but I don't know, the whole situation was just kind of like weird and confusing, to be honest. So when they get on the plane, she sends them a message with the date and time for them to meet, which was like 5:00, with the address to meet. Then when they're on their way, last minute, she texts, and the text says that she couldn't get a babysitter. The babysitter canceled last minute, so now she won't be able to come. But she was like, hopefully tomorrow. Like, not even giving like real satisfaction or like a real like, okay, tomorrow, this is it. Like, we got this. No, it's like maybe tomorrow. So they pretty much told her like, all right, like we'll give you another opportunity. We're very disappointed because we were on our way, but all right. So they pull up the next day, and lo and behold, it actually was the real person. It was pleasantly surprising that it actually was her. And the thing about it was she has a lot of insecurities, and she felt that she didn't really look like her pictures because she uses such intense filters. But I felt like she really did, and Cammie told her that too, like, you do look like your pictures. And then another thing she was self-conscious about is the fact that she had a chipped tooth, and she said because of that she doesn't really do like video calls or anything like that. That's why when she did do a video call with him, she only showed like her forehead, was because of that reason. She felt some type of way about those things. And, you know, regardless of how somebody may tell you or other people may tell you that you look good or you're pretty or whatever, if you don't feel good inside, then it's not gonna mean anything to you, you know? It's just gonna be like, you're just saying whatever, you know, and you're just gonna kind of brush it off. So it seems like she definitely has a lot of work to do on herself. She did reveal that she had canceled a trip that they planned because she found out that he was seeing other people, which he told the show that he wasn't seeing anybody throughout this whole time. Come to find out, he's like, well, you know, I was talking to somebody. Dude, you was dating. Like, you said that you wasn't seeing nobody this whole entire time. I mean, he said, like, well, it was on again and off again. She kept on going, so why am I just waiting? Which, I mean, granted, but you still lied at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, don't try to act like you're high and mighty, or you're I don't want to say a good guy, because I'm not saying he's a bad guy, but don't try to act like you're super honest when you were deceptive. You know, you lied by omission. I should say that. So, I mean, they did the 2 months update. I mean, they did talk a little bit. They spoke about miscommunication and how they're going to work to do better and see where this goes. But 2 months later, he said that, you know, she's not really putting in the effort. She's working a lot, or she always says that she's working a lot. And for him, he's not really feeling it. So, yeah, he pretty much said, like, they didn't work out. So, I mean, it is what it is. Not every situation is going to be a love connection. But, you know, it would have been cool for the simple fact that it was the person. But, hey, it is what it is. All right, guys, that's my quick recap of this episode and my thoughts on it as well. Honestly, I feel like she needs to work on herself, and then that may help her to have the confidence to really focus or be in a relationship with someone. And obviously she feels like she has too much on her plate right now, so she needs to handle what she needs to handle, focus on that, and then search for love after. Like, don't just lead people on, because I do feel like she kind of was leading him on to a certain extent, because you know that you have all these responsibilities and these things to do. But yeah, y'all, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Laters.